Like we heard before from the previous presenter, Sada Relocation System is a leader in the moving industry. Currently, they are the largest mover on their United Van lines with 22 offices throughout the country. Sada Relocation Systems implemented Microsoft Dynamics on January 2013 for all of their financial, registration, and dispatching needs. After this implementation, it was clearly seen the need for their control in the storage area. This area brings the highest rate of return to the company. Since the company already comes with the full support of Microsoft Dynamics, it will be easier to buy the add-on for Panatrack inventory tracking. Besides of being cost-effective for the company, it will also be compatible with the reports that they already handle. The add-on for the system also has a shorter installation period and the need for the less extensive training since the users are already familiar with the menus. A detailed documentation will be provided to the users. This new technology will bring Sada Relocation System a level higher than their competitors due to the fact that their warehouses will be more organized, more accessible, and less stressful for both employees and customers. Controls to be implemented. Sada Relocation Systems comes with a very active IT department that is constantly making sure strong internal controls are active and in place. This department is already backing up the whole system into the Barracuda backup automated system. Barracuda brings the highest level of protection to the database contained in the system of Sada Relocations. Information such as names, address, credit cards, bank routings, and account numbers are also encrypted in the system to avoid data from being easily accessed. The controls to be implemented consist of maintaining digital signatures on the employees that are able to update the system, especially because this step can also aid the manager to track down who is responsible for updating the information and also to make sure any mistakes can easily be tracked down and corrected from the source. Managers will also use this tool to identify who needs additional training to use the system. The USB drives, CD-ROM drives, and floppy drives have been blocked for access. This will avoid any employees from taking sensitive data from the company or any other third party or customer that connects for any reason to the server or the office's Wi-Fi. This hardware can only be accessed by upper management with permission granted by the IT department. In the type of tests, we have a primary. The primary test will be the acceptance test. Once the IT department and the warehouse team accepts the Panatrack systems, all we need to do is start on alpha testing. These will be performed where simulated but typical data are used for testing. The testing phase will involve the following. Security testing. It will provide that only certain employees that need to access has the authentication. This at a granular level of security. Recovery testing. By forcing the Panatrack application to fail, it will help us verify that the information can successfully recover. We will look for any problems with the application, glitches, data losses, and we will probably document any unexpected errors. Stress testing. We will have a team of mixed department employees attempt to access and modify certain aspects of the application at the same time. This will test how well the application works and how the related backend service handle all of these requests. Performance testing. This pertains more to the performance of the workstation and service and how well they run the application. We will have a standard workstation, scanners, smartphones, using a variety of different operating systems. The benefit for us is to have as many computers running the application as possible, and we will then make sure if any upgrades in the systems need to be done. Once we have successfully completed the alpha testing, we will then begin the beta testing in the system. This involves entering actual data from the warehouse into the Panatrack application. The data entered will include purchase orders, board location, moving pallet location, supplier information, and many other documentations. We will continue to conduct the same tests that we perform in alpha and ensure that the same results are achieved. If a problem is discovered at this point, we will attempt to make the necessary corrections before the application goes live. For the test techniques, because we have a precise list of requirements from our client, we understand the inputs that the new system must produce, as well as the system requirements of constraints that must be met. Testing will allow us to compare an application with the requirements list and determine the areas that need to be worked on. Once all requirements have been met and all the constraints have been adhered to, then we will show the results testing and proceed to the final product. For methods of analyzing the test results accurately can help pinpoint the problem and determine the correct solution without wasting extensive amount of time trying to troubleshoot and find the root of the problem. All of our tests are designed so that each test case has an expected result. For the file data conversion procedures, since Sada Relocation System already uses Microsoft Dynamics GP, the Panatrack add-on does not require the building of a new database file or the transfer of any files. The add-on process is simple and takes a minimum amount of time and effort to complete. For the conversion method of the system, the installation of this add-on will be best work on a direct installation. The system works for an add-on system that is already running. It requires the least amount of people and it provides rapid results. Since we do not have to worry about building or transferring a database, this process will be the most efficient. Once we know the add-on is running correctly, we can just open it up and use it by the designated end user. Among the already mentioned benefits for SATA relocation system we will have implemented in the system, the company will also be able to keep a better record of their storage customers and the real-time accessibility for the most current information about their storage customers, and this will give SATA relocation. They will be able to see up-to-date average of their storage used, what kind of storage is available, so that the salespeople can promote this if they have vaults, pallet positions, floor space, and they can also see average monthly earnings by month, quarterly, semi-annual, or annually, if they want to see this kind of reports of the earnings that they make a year. The user training strategy. All workers of the newly developed system should be aware and informed of the changes that have been implemented. The type of training should be hands-on or repetitive in order for the new system to be used properly now and in the future. With new interactive deliveries in this inventory tracking system, a working knowledge and necessary skill will be needed to finish off a successful system. Therefore, these new and improved processes make training critical in order to utilize the features of the new system. The maintenance, modification, and authorization process. The Panatrack database. The Panatrack database, which contains customer orders and reservation data and warehouse file data, will be regularly backed up and properly modified when needed. The post-installation audit review. The final step of system development implementation is establishing an audit and examine and review all of the processes and documentations for SATA relocation systems. All of the previous steps in this phase, and it will be written up in a proper complemented before the system installation and replacement of the old system. This report will be handled by managers and will be detailed extensive review of all of the features, processes, and deliveries on the newly implemented systems. After completion of the report, installation should begin, and management will know if the new tracking system is has successfully met all of the requirements. For the future enhancements, now that SATA relocation system will have a great experience with the new inventory tracking system Panatrack, the next step can be to integrate a system that can help SATA relocation system manage a large fleet of more than 1,300 units, but implemented Management Plus. This system can accurately maintain the records for every of their units. They can schedule maintenances with reminders, which will help them have more accurate logs. They can view the history of a unit, and they can also see the monthly expenses of an unit. This can help tremendously the financial department, and they can also see if a unit is worth keeping or not keeping. Thank you so much for all of your time, and if you have any questions, please don't be afraid to ask.